Mortal Kombat, the controversial game that gave birth to ESRB ratings for video games, and the sole reason I hung out with this kid named Dwayne when I was like 10. Jesus. It was so successful that it was only a matter of time before Hollywood would stick its fangs into it and turn it into a PG-13 movie. What? This is... So the movie starts off and Shang Tsung is fighting a 12-year-old Chinese girl.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Goddamn ring face! So it turns out it wasn't just a dream, it was a vision. And that somehow makes him the chosen one.
Liu Kang has been given the dream. He is the chosen one.
I love how the letter just says, brother dead, return home, grandfather. Like, can you imagine if every letter was so simple and straightforward? Not again. Cut to Sonya Blade and Jax raiding a Pantera concert looking for Kano. What, I'm supposed to believe nobody fucking heard that gunfire? Cut to Johnny Cage and his catchphrase.
Let's dance.
So he beats the shit out of the goons, but can't seem to get the last guy. So he uses the deadliest weapon in his arsenal. Another catchphrase.
This is where you fall down.
But as it turns out, Johnny Cage is on the set of a movie, and hey look, it's diet Steven Spielberg.
Hey, look, kill me, I'll be back directing traffic. Johnny, don't leave me hanging up here.
However, the press is giving Johnny Cage a hard time.
I see the press is still giving you a hard time.
Yeah, they think I'm a fake.
Even though technically Johnny Cage is supposed to have some crazy ass superpowers that people think that's fake, but...
Fans think my moves are all wire work and special effects. Truth is, I am the special effects.
Whatever, I mean, like, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. So Liu Kang arrives at the Temple of Light and not the White Lotus Society to inform his grandfather that he'll be participating in Mortal Kombat. And I don't know about you, but I don't see any Western Unions around here. But Raiden shows up to inform Liu Kang of something. I mean, I don't fucking know. And to be honest, it's more than a little distracting that Christopher Lambert is in this movie. I mean, the whole time I'm waiting for him to say,
There can be only one.
but I guess that's the case for every movie he's in. Oh yeah, by the way, that's totally Raiden's only action move. Are you shitting me? You cast Highlander in a Mortal Kombat movie and you only give him one little wristy flip move? What the fuck?
I didn't have to train. I was lucky. I've got the superpowers. I didn't have to train. I didn't have to train.
I'm going to find my brother's killer at the tournament. With or without your consent.
Don't let them see you cry, Lou. Just don't let them see you cry. At the shipyard, Johnny Cage runs into another fighter.
Hey, you're Arlene, aren't you?
Art Lee, huh? You get one movie, just one.
I saw a couple of your films. Listen, you can't fake those moves.
No, but you can fake that acting. And who would have guessed that Liu Kang, the no-nonsense noble monk, is actually a fucking prick? I mean, he just stole his money. And conveniently enough, Sonya Blade also happens to be in the nearby premises.
That's it.
Hold on.
Goodbye, Jax. Hopefully you won't be a completely different actor when we see you again. So she follows Kano onto what is clearly a movie set.
All right, tough guy. You want to get...
Enough?
No, do you?
And Liu Kang continues to be just the biggest asshole. And it's at this point that our 3 main heroes finally meet Shang Tsung. Fuck yeah! Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Deadliest of enemies, but slaves under my power.
We have a bunch of characters that we don't want to actually give any backstory or character development to, so we'll just make them brainwashed. Bastards. Oh, what the fuck is coming out of Scorpion's hand? It's supposed to be a spear, not a fucking creature.
We put a slit in his hand, the character comes out of his hand. The character's signature move in the film is a creature that comes out of his hand. We talked about creating the Scorpion effect with a physical model that you could see and that the actors could interact with. This might have been easier in the shooting process, but ultimately, this would have limited us to a simpler look and movement style. With a digital creature, our bounds were limitless.
Are you kidding me with those Windows 98 special effects? The lightning effects in Big Trouble in Little China were more impressive than this shit. Fun fact for you, this guy from Big Trouble in Little China was actually the inspiration for the character known as Raiden. Exposition time. So Raiden explains that Mortal Kombat isn't your average wrestling match. You see, the Emperor of another realm known as Outworld needs to win 10 straight victories in Mortal Kombat in order to invade our world.
They have won 9. This will be the 10th tournament.
That's some heavy shit, Raiden.
The essence of Mortal Kombat is not about death, but life.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask a few questions? You know, never once has anyone ever explained this to me. Is he summoning demons? Is he summoning ghosts? Is he creating a portal? Is he regenerating? Is he gathering nearby souls? Oh, we're never told, are we? Awesome. So they arrive at Shang Tsung's island, which is naturally a good place for some Johnny Cage slapstick. But enough with the comic relief, because we've got 2 more characters to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess Katana and Reptile. Ah, mid-90s CGI. It fucking sucks! Then we cut immediately to a dinner scene where Liu Kang looks around all confused. That is until Shang Tsung interrupts them and tells his guards to ruin everybody's meal. Stop dancing. Clearly he's building up some crazy shit right in front of you. Ah, you big dumb. I guess you cracked under pressure. You should go cool off. But remember to keep your head on straight. And then everyone just leaves. Business as usual, I guess. What about dinner? I bet some people are still hungry. What about Art? He just sat down. He didn't get a chance to eat anything. Have fun fighting a man to the death on an empty fucking stomach, you asshole! Are you sure this tournament isn't rigged? After sneaking around a bit, our heroes find themselves behind enemy lines with Kano and Goro. Say what you want about Goro's puppet work, but I actually like it. Sure, his lips aren't synced up well, but at least he's fucking there. No doubt if he was made today, he would have been some kind of horrible piece of CGI crap.
It's just a mask. See? Don't freak out. Right?
But after a while, they realize that it probably isn't the best of ideas to eavesdrop on a cutthroat criminal, a soul-sucking sorcerer, and a 4-armed monster and try to slowly back out.
We are not alone.
So after getting lost and Liu Kang getting blinded by the greatest CGI effect in the world, the 3 heroes find themselves surrounded by generic ninja henchmen. Which is arguably the worst kind, but you know what that means. But after a choreographed fight scene that clearly took Bridget Wilson several times to complete, the 3 amigos emerge victorious. After Raiden saves them from getting beaten to death by a bunch of blunt movie props, the tournament finally begins. Match 1. Liu Kang versus... Shit. Really, movie did you have to make up so many characters? Were any of the 34 palette swap ninjas not available? I mean, who the fuck is this guy? So Liu Kang beats DJ from Street Fighter and Shang Tsung takes the guy's soul.
Fatality.
Shang, baby. I don't know how to break this to you, but that's not a fatality.
Fatality.
No. Just because you say it's a fatality doesn't make it one. I mean, it's like Liu Kang's fatality in Mortal Kombat 1. It's not really a fatality.
Fatality.
Whatever, fuck me for wanting some of the gore in the video games, right? Match 2, Kano vs. Sonya Blade. And I wonder how many times it took Bridget Wilson to film this scene. True story, Cameron Diaz was originally cast as Sonya Blade but broke her wrist or some shit like that. I also can't help but think that if this movie were made today, Paul W.S. Anderson would cast Sonya Blade as What's the matter, Shang? You didn't want to step in and say babality. And then the movie immediately cuts to Johnny Cage walking in an orchard. No explanation, no rhyme or reason. He's just walking like he's supposed to be there. Does anybody else feel like this whole movie's just a series of random scenes that kind of have a through line? You know, Paul, the plot is supposed to push the action, not the other way around. But I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, this was your first major studio picture. I'm sure you got better with time. Oh wait, fuck, no you didn't. Whoa! Are you kidding me? It's not even coming out of his hand. You might as well have it coming out of his ass.
The character's signature move in the film is a creature that comes out of his hand. We talked about creating the scorpion effect with a physical model that you could see and that the actors could interact with. This might have been easier in the shooting process, but ultimately, this would have limited us to a simpler look and movement style. With a digital creature, our bounds were limitless.
So Johnny Cage tries to shadow kick Scorpion and gets teleported somewhere. Where the fuck is this supposed to be? Is this Outworld? Is this the Netherrealm? Is this Mound, Minnesota? The home of Kevin Sorbo? Like, I get it, you want them to fight in different locations, but I don't know, goddamn, maybe one line of dialogue? So Johnny Cage rips Scorpion apart, which is actually kind of brutal for a PG-13 rating in '95. I'm not sure if Johnny Cage happened to have that signed autograph on him, or if we just found out that Scorpion is a huge fan. Either way, fuck you, Paul W.S. Anderson. Match whatever, I don't know, I'm not keeping count anymore. Liu Kang versus Princess Kitana. And basically, during the entire fight, Kitana tries to give Liu Kang advice on his next match.
To win your next match, use the element which brings life.
All the while, Shang Tsung sits around patiently. Didn't you say you didn't want them two together?
But she must not be allowed to join with the forces from the realm of Earth, especially Liu Kang.
If that's the fucking case, then make them fight to the death. Why do all the other fights end in death except this one? Shang's just like,
You disappoint me.
and that's it, match over. So the next match is Sub-Zero versus Liu Kang. And Sub-Zero builds up this long, fucking drawn out ice blast while Liu Kang just waits patiently.
Use the element which brings life.
The element which brings life. There's earth, wind, fire, water. I got it! It's earth! Plants, carbon dioxide, algae. It's earth! Water. Alright. It works too, I guess. Seriously, what are the odds that Raiden and Kitana set that bucket of water up so Liu Kang can throw it at Sub-Zero when he tries the ice move? If you could just get back to me on that one, I would greatly appreciate it. And then we get a montage of Goro beating the shit out of people. Who the fuck are these guys? No, seriously. Who the fuck are these guys? This fat asshole got invited to Mortal Kombat? Are you sure this tournament isn't rigged? So it's time for one of the good guys to bite the dust, but since it can't be a character from the video game, guess who that leaves? Does Art not hear those thunderous fucking roars behind him? What the? I'm sorry, have you not heard about the forearm guy fucking destroying people for the past 20 matches? So Goro kills Art or whatever, and honestly, I could give a rat's ass. What has he had, like one scene? Was Stryker not available? After Raiden tells them what they're doing wrong, everybody does a little soul searching. And even though Raiden told Johnny Cage that his biggest problem was running into fights without thinking them through, He challenges Goro to a fight without thinking it through. Wait, I don't get it.
Mortal Kombat. We fight it.
You know what? That's a good fucking point. Why the fuck isn't Raiden fighting? He's just sitting on his high horse, handing out life lessons.
I didn't have to train.
So it's time for Johnny Cage to fight Goro, and that means he needs to work in at least one catchphrase.
Let's dance.
So Johnny Cage gets his signature nut shot in and runs away. Which is what I'd be doing. Probably screaming too. Surprisingly enough, Goro gets over the nauseating pain of a testicle shot by getting slightly more upset. What the fuck was Johnny Cage's plan exactly? After punching him in the balls, I'll run and climb those rocks and hide over here.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Why is Goro surprised after he got out an entire sentence? But Johnny Cage can't seem to pull out a solid victory, so he uses the deadliest weapon in his arsenal. Another catchphrase.
This is where you fall down.
And Shang Tsung tries to pull a fast one by kidnapping Sonya Blade. Oh my god, let her go so she'll stop screaming like that forever. But after Shang Tsung takes Sonya Blade through a crappy Stargate effect, Raiden gives some last minute advice.
I have nothing further to teach you, Liu Kang.
Or maybe not. Why the fuck is he even here?
I didn't have to train.
There can be only one.
I would say that's the best advice he's given him. In Outworld, Liu Kang decides we've gone too long without a fight and tries to start shit with Andy Serkis. So he gets in a fight with Reptile or whatever and kinda gets his ass kicked. Where the fuck is Johnny Cage and why isn't he helping? What was the fucking point of that? I mean, we do get a bicycle kick, but since that's a positive, I gotta move on. Whatever, Liu Kang wins and Katana shows up. I just want this movie to end. Flash forward to Sonya Blade living the life of luxury in Shang Tsung's castle.
My friends will come for me.
Alright. I'll watch a badass scene with Liu Kang, Katana, Johnny Cage fighting their way up Shang Tsung's castle, Bruce Lee style.
They're already here.
I'm done. Oh, but I guess it's time for... Oh, well, I guess it's over.
What's that sound?
Source of all Shang Tsung's power.
Which translates to a handful of guys that jump out of the sewers like they're a bunch of fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Huh. I wonder who all those guys are. What? You honestly blame me at this point? But naturally, Liu Kang emerges victorious and confronts the evil sorcerer one last time. Side note, Liu Kang runs up the stairs like a girl. Hey, when you make those spikes, will you make sure they line up perfectly with the Mortal Kombat sign? Otherwise, it would just be the tackiest thing ever. But they fight some more, and it looks like they forgot to add a special effect right there. But maybe they spent it all on hiring Andy Serkis. You already made that joke! Fuck you! Or maybe they spent it on this fireball effect here. Holy shit! Was that a fireball? It is! It is a fireball! Can we get that one more time? One more. And again. And one more time. Great. Fantastic.
Flawless victory.
Are you kidding me? You were getting your ass kicked for like a solid minute. That's hardly flawless. I'm just surprised he wasn't like friendship. With Shang Tsung dead, Liu Kang hallucinates his brother some more, Johnny Cage decides to put his finger inside Sonya Blade, and Raiden acts like a genuine asshole.
I've been waiting for you. What took you so long?
And the movie ends with a cock tease for a sequel.
Weak, pathetic fools, I've come for your souls.
There can be only one.
And pose. So that's Mortal Kombat. And as much as I hate on it, I still rather enjoy it. This movie pisses me off. Shang Tsung doesn't know what a fatality is. Liu Kang doesn't know what a flawless victory is. They turn Raiden into the Mr. Miyagi of Mortal Kombat. Scorpion Spear comes out of a vagina in his hand. None of the villains get proper fleshed out backstories. And they pointlessly make up characters. But all of that aside, this movie still holds a special place in my heart. I don't know, maybe I'm wearing nostalgia glasses, but I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. Plus, hey, this movie made some money, so we got a sequel. No. 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 No.
It's a new look.